Hello guys, Zion Moore here, and I we're gonna be watching reacting to this video called Cry Reads two let's see two no sleeps. Basically, this is my first actually by myself reaction, not will with other reactions with their reactions. So just want to check this out, see what this Cry Reads about. I tried to find the SpongeBob creepypasta because I want to bring back, kind of memories when I first watched it, but I just found this. I just want to, I couldn't really find it. So if you guys know where it is, then please like comment below or like send a link to the video. All right, let's just check the video out.
Daddy, are you awake? We're a small family of four. The two of us and two kids. 4 and 3 years old. My daughter is the older one, and for the last year has had nightmares off and on.
Oh.
Some mornings I'll wake up with her wedged firmly in between my wife and I, which is fine. We've all been there. I have no problem with it. What I do have a problem with is when she walks in 20 minutes after we turn the lights off and the house is dark, just to stand next to the bed on my side and stare at me.
Oh.
I get the sensation that I'm not alone, and I wake up with a dark little silhouette right next to my face.
Oh no.
Although at times it sends me into a slight panic, or at least leaves me with slight chills, I'll break the silence. Yes, sweetie? She'll usually ask me if I'm awake and tell me she had bad dreams. I'll let her into bed with us at that point, and that's the end of it. Well, last night, the same thing happened. I got the uneasy feeling I wasn't alone. My eyelids opened and there she was again. A dark little silhouette mere inches from my face. What is it, sweetie? I asked. No response. Just silence. Then it clicked that both of my kids were staying with my in-laws for the night.
No.
I no longer wonder why my daughter wants to sleep in our bed. I was able to reach up and flip on the light, but of course there was no one there. However, I looked down the hallway into my daughter's room, and the silhouette is standing there in the doorway, and hasn't moved for the last hour.
Bro.
I think it's waiting for my daughter to come home.
No. Nah, bro, that's stranger danger, bro. I don't know what that silhouette was, but you gotta move out, bro. If that thing was trying to, I don't know if the daughter was possessed or something, but you gotta move out, bro. If that really happened.
It's locked.
It's locked.
About 10 years ago, I was recently divorced and living in a one-bedroom apartment. The place was clean and the rent was decent. One of those places that had a doorman. I felt safe here. I was alone and loving it. Focused on my career and not my clingy ex-husband. Things were finally looking up for me. At the time, I was working pretty late at the office and would often stumble into my apartment, sleep deprived in the early hours of the morning, and wake up at 6:30 or 7 to start the day. I started noticing that in the morning, my door would be unlocked sometimes.
What the heck?
I usually dismissed this as my sleep-deprived brain, thinking that the bed looked more appealing than locking the door. Another thing I noticed since moving in was I seemed to misplace things, more than I used to. Little things like a hairbrush or nail polish, that sort of thing. It wasn't really that big of a deal, just enough to be a slight annoyance in my day. The longer I lived there, the more frequently I seemed to forget to lock the door. At first it was every once in a while. Then it seemed like an almost daily occurrence. More things went missing. Things like pictures, shaving razors,
Oh no.
and more disturbingly, my underwear. This went on for long enough that I started to get a little paranoid. I started to take time at night to make sure the door was locked. I got into a habit of every night after I locked the door to turn the handle 3 times and say to myself, "It's locked. It's locked. It's locked." Time after time, I would wake up and the door would be unlocked.
Don't do that, please.
One time I even tried staying up all night to watch the door, but I ended up falling asleep in my chair. I decided that my mind was not reliable enough to stay up all night, so I invested in a video camera. I went all out and bought the fanciest camera that I could get my hands on. So one night I set my camera up facing the door. I hid the camera under a pile of towels on the floor. I locked the door and went to bed. When I woke up, my apartment looked normal. Nothing missing that I could see. I decided to check the tape.
Okay.
I fast-forwarded through hours of footage, not seeing anything. I was just about to give up when I noticed the handle of my door jitter. Then it slowly crept open.
Oh no.
A figure slid through the half-open door.
No.
And walked towards the camera.
No.
It paused, looked around as if it were listening for something, then walked forward in direct view of the camera. I paused the camera. The hairs on my arms and the back of my neck started to rise. I stared directly into the face of the maintenance man of the building.
Oh gosh.
I could see those big, thick glasses and curly hair. I had no doubt who it was. I played the tape a little more. He looked comfortable as he walked around the apartment. Then he turned and walked towards my bedroom and out of view of the camera. I didn't know what to do. Sobbing, I called the police.
Oh.
I tried to explain over the phone but couldn't. Soon enough, 2 officers arrived at my doorstep. I told them everything and showed them the tape. I remember seeing the blood drain from their faces. They promised me that I was safe, that they were going to get this guy.
Who is that guy?
I needed to lay down, but didn't want to be alone. One of the officers offered to stand outside my apartment door as I took a nap. As I was laying in bed unable to sleep, but too drained to move, something kept nagging at me. I laid there for a few minutes, tossing and turning, unable to get comfortable or rest. My mind was racing. Then a realization slowly washed over me and chilled me to the bone. We watched the tape and saw the man enter my home.
Oh my gosh.
But we never saw him leave. I froze, then started shaking. I needed to get to the front door. I sat up and looked around the room. I couldn't see anyone. I swung my legs over the side of the bed cautiously. My feet hit the cold wood floor and I felt warm breath on my ankles. I raced out of my apartment as fast as I could into the safety of the police officer. He called for backup. They found the man under my bed,
What the fudge?
clutching a knife
Oh no.
and a Polaroid camera. To this day, I cannot sleep alone.
Can't sleep alone. I think that's it. I think that's it. Hopefully it's it. Please tell me it's it. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys. That was the 2 videos. So like, comment, subscribe, peace out.